Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I thank all of our witnesses for being here today. I hope you'll excuse my absence. I think you know we're involved in a reorganizational set of meetings as well, but I wanted to be sure to get here. I especially want to thank you, Mrs. Eady, for sharing your personal story with us today. I'm sorry for what you and your husband have been through, but that's kind of hollow words. It is up to us to do better and to do more, and that's why I'm so glad that our chairwoman focuses on affordable housing and homelessness as much as she does. It matters in my district. I have a district, I'm suburban Philadelphia out into rural Pennsylvania, and we struggle with homelessness and affordable housing. And so I'm very pleased to, sad, but pleased to have read your testimony. I want to follow up on something that Mr. Barr asked you earlier, and that it is the benefit of supportive services for people suffering from homelessness. You indicated that supportive services would be helpful for many, and I agree. But I want to follow up on a point that you alluded to in your testimony. Can you explain the importance of having stable, safe housing first as the foundation for your life in order to make other improvements in your life? That is, can you talk about how harmful it can be to coupling a demand for supportive services at the same time as trying to simply get safe housing? Why is it for you that it's foundational, that first you got to get in a safe place?
Thank you for the question. To me, it'll bring stability for us. Having a safe place to go to every single day without being worried about being harmed while we're being homeless is something that I really it bothers me every single second of the day. So the stability to me in having safe, affordable housing, being able to be in the inside and know that we're safe, and that'll give us more time because in the midst of all of this, my husband had a mental breakdown. So to me right there, him worrying that he has to progressively all the time, go to work, it's not enough money, go to work, maybe we'll make enough to be able to afford the rent. So just being his back to try to not push him to work harder, husband, you know if I'm saying, but to maybe we can do a little bit more. Maybe you can work a couple of more hours, and then we can put the money towards this, to make us be more stable to get a place. So to me, that is stability.
Perfect.
Just having somewhere to live, it'll make us be more stable, to make us be able to wake up every day and have thoughts on we're safe, we don't have to worry about being outside. Now we can get back into the life of things because we have a little bit of stability.
Thank you for that real clarity. And you're absolutely right. It's not just a tax on your physical health, but what a challenge to mental health for any one of us. As you said, you don't know how good it is to have a knob to turn every evening to enter a space where you're safe and not in danger until it's taken away from you. You're absolutely right. You also said being homeless steals your identity. Well, it hasn't stolen yours, nor your husband's. So I thank you for being here today. I wanted to use that point to pivot to monetary policy. If I just have a quick question for two of our economists, and it's really about the Fed and overcorrection for inflation. I wonder, Dr. Zandi and Mr. Mitchell, could you just comment on where you think the Fed should go this month and moving forward in terms of interest rates as it impacts people who are struggling to find housing?
Absolutely. I would actually say that the Fed should put a pause to interest rate hikes immediately. And I would say that in part because as we talk about the underlying factors of inflation right now, none of those things are the things that the Fed can address by raising interest rates.
Yeah.
As other people have mentioned, that it's a blunt tool, and in this moment, it does more harm than good.
And just real quickly, Dr. Zandi? I agree with you, sir, Mr. Mitchell.
I think that the Federal Reserve has laid out a path for another percentage point of rate increases. We're at close to 4% on the funds rate. Will be close to 5 by the spring. That's what's embedded in stock prices. That's what's embedded in the current mortgage rate. That's what's embedded in the value of the dollar. They need to execute on that, and then they need to stop and take a look around and make sure that inflation is coming in and that everything is sticking to the script. But I think they need to follow through on the rate increases that they've articulated they will do. If they don't, then we do run the risk of seeing inflation become more entrenched, embedded, and more of a problem.
I thank you, and I know my time has expired. Thank you.
Gentle lady's time has expired. The gentleman from Illinois.